The best investment in America? I know what you're thinking. Bold, huh? Stick with me, I'll show you. This isn't mere hyperbole. There's a protection in place here unlike anywhere else that will continue to drive market appreciation through the ceiling when other markets stall out.
And then in Pensacola, on our beach, we got no more ability for supply. It's just a perfect storm.
There's more at play here than just an attraction to white sandy beaches, clear emerald coast waters, our country's first settlement of 1559, and beautiful waterfront estates. Those highlights certainly help, but we're talking about a perfect storm created by nature, the basic economic principle of supply and demand, and a governmental statute that could take an act of Congress to overturn. Pensacola could be the best real estate investment in America. I'm Cameron Weaver with Levin Rinke Realty, and I'm here for you to see the light so you can own the lifestyle. Now, it's no surprise to anyone that Florida is seeing one of the nation's highest growth rates and has been for some time now. In Q3 of 2022, Realtor.com provided this heat map tracking online interest in real estate markets across the US, tracking percentages of populations from the states on the left as they have shopped for homes listed in the states across the top. Florida is lit up like a Christmas tree. Real estate in Florida is in extremely high demand, and experts say it takes people on average about 3 to 5 years to mobilize a move. If that's true, and this heat map holds strong, by 2028, our demand will be busting at the seams. But you're probably thinking, yeah, but most of the people moving here are moving to places like Tampa, Miami, and Orlando, right? While those places are certainly seeing growth as well, local economist Rick Harper helps us understand what is happening on a national and statewide level. You see, post-COVID, we see dramatic shifts in where people are moving to. And this makes sense, right? Pre-2020, remote work was not the norm, so people lived where they worked. However, post-2020, remote work is available to some scale in almost every industry. So, what am I saying? People are leaving our top 25 largest metros in droves. And look at the highest monthly net migration cities that are now most desirable. Mid-sized metro populations of 500,000 to 1 million. And because Pensacola serves both Escambia and Santa Rosa counties with a combined population of 517,000, our quality of life is exactly what is attracting the highest homebuyer net migration in the country. This map shows us where people are moving out of and into. Red indicates negative net migration, while green indicates positive net migration. Once again, we see large concentrations of positive net migration in Florida, and there's substantial positive net migration happening right here in our city, Pensacola. Now, these stats alone aren't enough for me to suggest that Pensacola is the best real estate investment in America. Stay with me, because this is just the foundation. There is a linchpin. First, let me show you some local metrics. Since 2000, Pensacola job growth in blue is up 128%, compared to the national average in green at 116%, and Mobile, Alabama, our next closest metropolitan city, in red at 103%. The local economy here is proving sustainable growth, and homeowners' equity today is 4 times what it was in 2000. These factors simply set the stage for what I'm suggesting. I couldn't suggest this to be America's best real estate investment location if the local economy here didn't create a solid foundation for that premise to be built on. US News and World Report ranked Pensacola number 3 in their 22-23 best places to retire, measuring housing affordability, healthcare, desirability, and overall happiness. Forbes just featured Pensacola in their top places to live in Florida in 2023, outranking St. Petersburg, Destin, Fort Myers, and Daytona. Talk to any investor. When do you buy stock? On the downswing, when it's cheapest. I'm trying to tell you, Pensacola real estate is at its cheapest right now and will only go up from here. If you pull comps in 2023 for a 2-bed, 2-bath unit in our prized residential resort Portofino and compare to a similar built residential resort in South Beach, Miami, the unit here is $679 a square foot. In South Beach, it's $1,400 a square foot. Our high-end real estate is cheaper than half the cost, and to many, provides a more desirable lifestyle. Real estate in Pensacola right now is cheap. Okay, what is the linchpin I keep alluding to? Pensacola has a very unique protection in place that hinders its supply from ever keeping up with the rising demand. A Department of Community Affairs cap.
Everybody always has a cap, but it's normally a local cap that is controlled by your county commission. And what's happened to every beach in Florida that I know of, everything east and everything west of us, and in Alabama and every other beach, is over time, they keep raising that cap. So east and west, Destin, Fort Walton, Panama City, it doesn't matter, South Florida, Gulf Shores, everywhere. They keep raising the cap from single family density to multifamily density. And the tax base on that obviously goes up to 30 to 50 units an acre. Well, Pensacola Beach, because of our national seashore, because of our barrier island and the national seashore, smart to put an actual DCA, Department of Community Affairs cap. Literally takes an act of Congress to change that. I'm not saying that you could never change that, but very powerful people have tried to change it in the past, and it's never gotten any traction whatsoever because politically, for those senators and congressmen to change that cap, they have every environmentalist in the world on them. Why would they do that in Pensacola, Florida? Most people that know about this think that that will never be changed, and we think it never should be changed, and as developers we've never advocated or tried to change it.
82% of the landmass on Pensacola Beach is protected as national seashore and can't be developed. 17% that could be developed has already been developed, and 89% of that 17 is zoned as single-family residence that will remain as such because local zoning laws here have been put in place by the United States Housing Department of Urban Development. It will take a literal act of Congress to change zoning laws as an attempt to build more supply.
So the density is super low, super quaint, super unique. So every beach to the east and west will be wall-to-wall condominiums. Orange Beach, Perdido Key, Panama City, Destin, and all throughout Florida.
We will be one of, if not the last remaining low-density island life cultures in Florida. As our neighbors Destin, Panama City, 30A, and Orange Beach have all experienced tremendous growth over the last couple decades, their local governments changed zoning laws to allow for more and more condo developments to keep up with demand. Because our local government can't touch zoning here, pretty soon we will see prices increase through a ceiling that other markets will not experience because we simply don't have the ability to create any more supply.
But the power of Pensacola Beach on the rest of the real estate values in Escambia and Santa Rosa County are huge because every $300,000 home gets full access to these beaches with all these national seashores. And it's incredible, right? It affects every piece of real estate and always will, and it'll affect it more and more and more. And now what they've done with downtown, they've done such a spectacular job. It's award-winning. Palafox Street has won the top 10 streets in America award. It's incredible what they've done with downtown. They've kept it historic, good for them. They've kept it high quality with high architectural standards. They have managed it beautifully. The landscaping is exquisite. Everything they do is done with first class. And it's created this urban, cool, downtown waterfront vibe that affects every real estate value So that combination, if they get this downtown, really urban, cool city with this barrier island, low density, those two factors affect every piece of real estate we have and helps every piece of real estate thrive and affects everybody's quality of life in Pensacola, Florida.